Well, we got ourselves a warm toasty fire brewing. And we're going to work on the starter, reinstalling the starter. I never showed you how to remove the starter from the lawnmower, but it is a pretty straightforward process. The only part that's difficult here is to get to one of the starter mounting bolts. It's kind of a bit of a funny reach to snake yourself in there, but it can be done with a swivel, and I think it's a T40 Torx for the driver. I do have to take the shield loose that's on the bottom of the cylinder head, so there's a mounting bolt under there. That gave me enough clearance to get right inside without disassembling any further than what you see now. So I'm going to go ahead and get this starter remounted, and we're going to get the housing back on, the plastics and all that. Last thing we'll do is hook up the positive cable to the starter, and we'll engage it and see that everything's working as it should. But let's get this back together here and kind of show you the installation process. All right, so we're looking at the back corner of the engine here. This is the dipstick, and the starter, you just kind of lift it in from underneath, and it goes up into position. The head of the starter goes through the shield here, so you can see where that gear would line up with the crank or with the flywheel once the starter's engaged, of course. And I could see the two mounting holes on the block. Now, because this model of starter uses the chassis for ground, you want to make sure that those mounting areas are clean and not full of rust and whatnot, because that's going to impede that electrical connection just a bit there. So we will start with the easy one, which is toward the back side of the machine, because it's pretty well a straight shot in. Second one is where it's a bit tricky because it's a hard to reach area in there. So you have to get a little bit creative sometimes to snake yourself in. Oops. And I dropped the bolt. Let's see if I can get it back. All right, so I've got a T40 Torx driver on an extension, and I just split the extension, but I think this is going to be the best reach for it to get in there and just to snug up that bolt, because it is a really tight area. So then if anybody else is planning to do this, I would suggest either finding a T40 Torx that's extended and long, or getting an impact rated extension and then using that on a ratchet or on an impact like this, and you'll probably have a much happier time getting in there. I still have that gear engaged into the flywheel there, so it just stays up out of my way, but you can see there it's a pretty clear shot. A little bit of an obstruction, but it's not bad. I've got a different extension I'm going to grab, and we'll give it a whirl here. All right, here's the best I have to come up with at a moment's notice. Let's see here. I definitely think we are tight. Just for fun, we'll hit the other bolt too. I was able to get this one with the ratchet, so I know this one's tight. Beautiful. So that starter is now back in position. And in order to disengage it, we just move the flywheel and we watch it pop back down. And that's what you want it to do. You want it to disengage properly, because if it stays hung up, it's just going to break. So now we'll start putting the rest of the shielding back on and the plastic cover. Okay, less the hood and the plastic cover over the shroud. I've got everything back together. The starter wire is reconnected. I have the parking brake set, but let's see if the starter is going to properly engage and give us the ability to fire up this machine. Here goes nothing. All right, that sounds healthy. Let's try it one more time here. All right, now we're cooking with gas. So you reinstall the plastic shroud and you put the hood back on, and that's how you replace the starter. That's awesome. All right, folks. Thanks again for checking this one out. I'll leave the part number for you so you can at least check out what's what. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next round. Cheers.